Anybody get their Secret Santa?
No,
I didn't get my
I thought
gift.
we were waiting for the air.
I thought we were doing it on the air, no?
Oh, I gave my Secret Santa to my intern.
Oh.
I had to buy for an intern.
Well, what are we going to do? Are we going to... I could give my Secret Santa his gift right now.
Who is your Secret Santa?
I don't even know if he's here, because he works for Howard TV.
Mine, too. Lee from Howard TV.
Yeah, I guess people should... I mean, during the commercial, you can give it to them.
All right.
I just want to see what you got, Robin. Who bought for you?
I don't know. I think...
JD bought for me.
I don't remember who got me as a...
You know,
Everyone's been telling me that the kid who was buying for me got me something really bad.
Well,
you don't want to do
he
it.
didn't have any money.
You don't want to do it on the air?
I'll do it on the air. Where is it?
Just a few of them.
The kid I bought for...
It's a lot of creativity.
This kid I bought for, this kid Ken...
Freaking out.
Yeah, he's freaking out good.
What did you get?
Well, what?
He
What
called
did
his mother.
Oh, good. I'm not going to give all the details, but Ken, you know, this guy Ken, I didn't even notice. I found this out. In addition to the fact that he's got loans to pay off, right, Ken?
This is your guy who had you.
Where's Ken?
That's Ken.
Which one are you?
I know Ken.
Where's Ken? Bring in Ken first, then we'll get to you.
Sorry, dude.
Gary, just bring in Ken. I'm talking about Ken. Why would you bring in the other dude?
Dude, you were talking about your gift, and I brought in the guy
All
who
right,
gave you
good.
your gift.
You're doing good.
There's Ken. At least know who you got your gift for.
I know who I got my gift for. Hey,
You
Ken.
didn't recognize.
Ken, let me ask you. In addition to having college loans and all that stuff, this kid, do you know he comes in from Philadelphia every day?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
That's wonderful.
Woke up at 2 this morning.
This is a guy with a work ethic. He gets up at 2 in the morning, gets on a train, and comes here every day to intern.
Wow.
He's a great guy, too.
Everybody loves you, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing some research on you.
I've heard some of the opposite. Some of the interns started turning on me. I don't know if it's because of the contest or
it's because you got Howard.
Oh, they're being assholes.
Yeah, but, you know, it is what it is. This was the greatest thing ever, so.
What did you do? What did you do?
What time during the day do you crash? I mean, like, you got to, like, get really exhausted.
The first half of the week, I'm here in the mornings, and the second half, I'm here in the afternoon, so I've never been able to get on a good sleep schedule.
Right.
When I'm here for the show, I get here around 5:30 in the morning. Those days, I get about 3 hours sleep.
3 hours sleep. So how do you function?
I do. I do.
Wow.
I try and crash on the train. Like, you know, whenever it's come to work or if it's something for Will or Tracy, I'm on top of my game. But I've been, you know, a little miserable maybe towards other people because I'm a little cranky. But,
Yeah, I bet.
But for
And
the
then
most
the
part,
rest of the week, what time do you have to get up to get in later?
my shift that starts at noon at the end of the week, I wake up at 7:30 in the morning to be here for noon.
That's still
And what
early.
do you do? Like how long is that train ride?
It's an hour and 20-minute train.
Mm-hmm.
I drive from Philly to Princeton Junction, which is about an hour drive. I take the hour and 15-minute train, and then I walk up from Penn Station to 16.
So you drive to the
blocks.
train for an hour in Princeton, and
You're
then
not falling asleep behind the wheel?
I came close a couple times.
Wow.
why don't you? Why?
Terrifying.
Yeah, why don't you?
It's
take
3 hours each way total.
Why don't you take the train all the way from Philly? You can't.
Yeah, you
there are
can.
trains for that, but it would be a lot more expensive.
I see.
Wow.
Wow.
So I get the monthly pass for the train.
For
It cost
bad
me some
train.
money to do this, but, you know, I needed something for the resume. I'm a huge fan of the show. It's the greatest.
It's worth
thing
it,
ever.
right? Yeah,
Totally.
well,
Worth it.
I mean, I don't
Can't
know.
get here and they're
Yeah.
paying him great money.
Howard Stern's buying him a gift.
I made more than I made at my job
Right.
for the last few
you know,
months. believe me.
this and the country is so uptight now. Well, years ago, this was you to be a perfect candidate for blow. You know, but
A few of the people I was going to school with once I got it were saying that they were worried that I would develop some sort of drug habit.
What college you go to?
I went to Connecticut School of Broadcasting in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
So you really want to be on the radio, huh?
It's my dream.
Well, with that kind of drive, I mean, it sounds like you might get there.
Well,
I
what
mean,
kind of college loans could you have from that?
Believe it or not, it was only a couple-month program, and it was pretty pricey.
Wow.
I mean,
did
not
know that.
ridiculous like a 4-year college, but for me, it was something.
Wow.
So
By the way, so what I got him for Secret Santa was I'm moving the whole show to Philly for the next couple of months.
And he can continue his internship and get some sleep.
Yeah, we have to take the train every day.
That's a shame because when I went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I went on a baseball scholarship.
Did you?
Yeah.
They don't have the team anymore.
But I'm not gonna. Yeah, I gave him.
You won't reveal what you did?
I gave him a check for some dough toward his college loan because he's in the hole.
Perfect.
You
gift.
can't reveal?
I don't know.
That?
That's his personal thing.
I got something for you, Howard.
Did you?
It's not.
That's not fair.
I want to give it to you. It's a thank you
not
gift.
allowed.
It's not Christmas. So this whole thing has meant a lot to me, and I didn't know what you'd give me. I just wanted to have something to give to you as just a thank you. I'd like to give it to you if you'd.
Sure, I'll take it.
But that's violating the Secret Santa.
Yeah, it's not secret. It's a thank you gift, Robin. Robin, I don't want to upset you. It's a thank you gift.
If we were
Don't
really
listen to
playing
her. You can
Secret
give it to
Santa
me.
the way it's supposed to be played, you wouldn't have even known that
Right.
Howard
That's
had your
true.
name.
That's
Oh, is
true.
that right? Is that?
That's true.
The
Is that how it
secret is
works?
supposed to be that we're surprised.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I was when I
wouldn't
got the
have-
gift, so
Well, of course you were.
still.
But the point is, we're constantly like trampling on Secret Santa.
I know. I have a feeling it's. I don't. Think
I
it's
didn't even
gonna happen
understand
next
Secret
year.
Santa then.
It's not like lottery
It's really.
Santa.
I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even understand the concept.
Gary, it was like a drive-by. Gary's like, "This isn't for me. It's from Howard." And threw a card at me.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make sure you got it. I didn't know what time
No,
you came in.
it's amazing. I called my mom and she was hysterical.
Good, all right.
Like it with joy. It was
Yeah.
really awesome. So.
Show the check to Scott, the engineer. I'll hate your guts. It'll be great.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I already hate
Be
him.
like, we don't get anything, and this kid walks away with money.
Walks in.
Imagine riding up in an elevator with Sal and Brian Phelan this morning.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They're gonna mug you, man.
We work here for years,
Howard doesn't even know our names, and he doesn't give us gifts.
and he hates me.
Well, it's that mentality that might have driven you to not giving gifts as
Exactly.
much.
You see, you can see. You can
I
see
mean-
that I've given up.
It was a luck of the draw, and I was just appreciative to be
Well,
in
I'm
here.
glad I got you because you know what? You're a hardworking guy, and I wish you luck with your radio
Thank you.
career. And
Well, you're acting like the other interns aren't hardworking. That's
I'm not acting
right.
like that at all. But I learned about Ken, and I learned that he likes heavy metal. He likes, you know what? I almost was going to arrange.
I was curious of what you were thinking about.
The guy from Pantera. I was going to have you go up on stage and play with him or something. Yeah. Richard knew this guy from Pantera.
yeah?
And he was saying that we could get you up on stage with them and the whole thing. And,
I know the guy.
but I said, hey, this kid needs cash.
He needs money.
He needs
Yeah.
money.
He
Fuck
can go
that.
see Pantera anytime.
Pantera.
And what good does it do to walk out on stage?
Right.
It's over in a second.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
All right, dude.
Awesome.
You're well, have a Merry Christmas.
How was it, dude? Amazing. At first I thought they weren't going to do it, and I was really looking forward to getting in there more than anything. So it balanced out. Everything, the gift's amazing. Just being in there one more time.
Now, what's been going through your head these past couple of weeks? Like, what did you expect was going to happen?
I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what I could have gotten. I knew no matter what, it'd be amazing. But just the idea of getting back in there and being in that environment. I'm done tomorrow with the internship, so it's just been an awesome ride.
It's a great way to end your internship, man.
Incredible. I have no complaints. It was worth the whole thing. The gift was amazing. And, I mean, if you go to school to get in the radio and you get to have a conversation with Howard Stern about anything, it's a dream come true. It's awesome.
Now, where is? Let's bring in my Secret Santa.
The guy who got you a gift.
Yeah, I want to see what I got.
That was that other gentleman, that other
Okay.
stranger who just walked in. But now you're getting two gifts, which is not fair.
Yeah.
I
let me
hope
see.
it's one of those books you hate.
It actually is. Yeah, it's a Batman book. One I have. I think I got 100 copies of this.
Yes.
Comic book encyclopedia.
Well, he did want to give you something.
Why does everybody get me comic book, like hardcover books? Someone just got me that too, the hardcover Japanese animation of Batman. Do they really think I sit and read comic books?
I think,
you do.
yeah,
You talked
said
about
I
you
did when I
do.
was a kid.
No, Howard, you talked about how you put a comic book inside a regular book sometimes when you're on vacation.
Hey, does Ken smoke cigarettes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He does?
Yes.
They're saying yes.
It reeks?
The gift reeks of cigarettes.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And here's the gentleman who had the pleasure of buying you a gift.
Yes, thank you. And you, of course, work for Howard TV, am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, tell everyone your name. Because
My name's Ted Summer.
Yeah, because Robin here doesn't know anyone's name.
And Howard knew you very well, but
Ted.
did not. Actually thought you were his Secret Santa when you walked in.
Ted, I knew who you were. Robin's a wine expert, but not a people expert.
He was calling you Ted.
That's his name.
That's my name.
No, what was your Secret Santa's name?
Ken.
Ken. He was calling you
Ted,
Ken.
was it difficult finding a gift for me?
Well, first I wanted to say, when I did, find out that I had your name when I picked it out, I was extremely bummed because you are the worst person, I think, out of that,
Out of the whole group.
I'm very critical. You're right.
I wanted to get you something that you don't have.
Thank you.
I know you have everything, pretty much, or you have the
Not
means
really.
to get anything that you want. I wanted something unique, and I wanted something that you would hopefully like and appreciate.
Thank you, Ted.
You're trying to distinguish yourself. Get ahead in this world.
By the way,
right?
and I'm going to make a vow to you. No matter what this gift is, I'm going to be gracious and thank you for it and not comment on it. At least I'm going to try.
Just as you were a second ago.
For how long?
How long?
For forever.
For the whole day.
That's right.
You will not make one disparaging remark this entire day.
I'm going to attempt that, yes, in the Christmas spirit.
Just as you were 2 minutes ago.
Right. Ted, let me have my gift, if you don't mind.
The office pool is already at 30 seconds.
Oh, there it is over there.
Oh, look at that. It's very well wrapped. Beautifully, as a matter of fact.
Hardwire, eh?
All right, you ready?
Now, okay, you can unveil it? Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
What is that?
Oh, my God.
A gravestone?
It's a
It's a 350-pound black marble, hand-engraved tombstone.
Well, you don't have one of those.
I do not have that. And it says 1954, of course, we don't know when I'm going to die. Why would you get me that? I mean, I'm not
I know you don't have
Is
it.
that freaking
I know
you out?
you're into the kind of like gothic themed stuff.
Right.
It also kind of, after coming up with a bunch of ideas, this is the one that stuck out the most.
Right.
And worked.
And works
And
for who?
I worked out a deal with a guy that, when the time comes, he'll finish it off. I have his card. I'll give you that.
Please give that to me. Wow. Well, isn't that nice?
Wow, it's right.
Wow. All right, thank you.
I like it.
I mean, he did a beautiful
And,
job of
worst case
You want it, Artie? You
lightness
can have
on the
it.
stone.
Well, I've promised to be gracious, and I'm
Let
going
me
to say
see you do it.
thank you, Ted.
Give him a hug.
And that is not a waste of money. I know some people might say something like that, or that.
What does a thing like that cost?
Yeah, what does a thing like that cost, if you don't mind me asking? It's a gravestone.
This is I approximating. I didn't pay full price, but I think it's about $5,000.
Right. It's actually
It's granite.
It's granite, and there's my picture. What do they chisel my picture?
Is that laser?
This guy takes a. This is all hand done right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pencil engraver with a diamond tip, and this really old guy stands there for hours. He prints out your picture and he puts it on both sides, and he just makes little movements like this, and it's permanent. It's forever.
Well, isn't that something?
No
And he
mistakes.
calls you a cocksucker with every stroke.
Yeah.
Right. So
And it's got the fist on it, the logo.
it's got Howard A. Stern, King of All Media, with my picture in the granite of the gravestone and a fist with the Howard 100 logo and 1954 on it. I will.
Yikes.
Well,
What are you
isn't
gonna
that-
do with that?
You know, some people would say they would cherish something like this, or.
Where are you going to put that?
Well,
Make it your headboard.
I've promised not to be.
I can't wait till you have to carry it out of
All
here.
right,
It's so
I
heavy.
can't. I can't
Gary,
contain.
get that in a bag.
I can't contain myself here. Ted, that is the shittiest gift I've ever received in my life. First of all, I don't want to think about my own demise. Number one. Number two, it's Christmas. You know what I mean? And number three, like, people get a gravestone after they're gone.
It's
They
more-
don't.
People never even see
it's
their
before
gravestone.
that. I
I mean, I can't think of a more depressing,
It's before.
horrible, and waste of money. I mean, donate the money to charity.
It could
rather
also
than make
be
that
for the
shit.
museum or
Yeah,
an
for the-
authentic Halloween
It's a
decoration.
more
for your
appropriate
front
gift
lawn.
for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for Artie.
Yeah, we could use it for Artie's
Well, Ted,
grapes.
but thank you for, you know what it is? It's the thought that counts at Christmas. And I thank you for.
What a horrible thought.
What a horrible thought is right.
Why did you just kill him?
Yeah, you know what my psychiatrist would say about you? He'd say, like, you know, obviously he's so angry with you, he wants to kill you off.
Really? He thinks of you dead.
Yeah, well, anyway, but thank you, really. What can I say? I know it's the thought that counts, and you had the right idea. We'll put it here in the studio, and people can stare at
Oh,
it.
you can't have that in
it'll
the
last
studio.
forever.
If anything, it's a great gift for Beth. It'll save her a few dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right.
Can I just thank 2 people? Do you mind?
For this?
Well, who helped me out with this?
All right, go ahead.
Sorry, Vito Rocco Forte from the Coppermine Pub, and John Burns from Burns Brothers Memorials in Jersey City.
What's your name again?
Thank you.
Be sure to forget Ted's name, Rob. All right, Ted, thanks.
Wow.
There he is, Ted from Howard TV.
Wow.
Ted, what do you do for Howard TV?
I'm an associate producer. Work on the right now. I've been working on a lot of original shows. We just finished Artie's book tour special.
Right. Thank you. You're doing a good job there, I'll tell you that.
Thanks.
But otherwise, this is horrible. This is a disaster.
So you want to cover it back up so you don't have to
Cover
look
it
at
back
it?
Yeah,
up.
please, because you can't keep that in the studio even.
No, it's too depressing.
I thought it was a good gift. It's definitely going to last forever. You know, worst case scenario, Howard Stern Museum, he always talks about everything he gets, so that'll probably be like one of the last things you get to see on the whole tour.
Dude, he threw you a curveball. At first he said, thank you, it was cool.
Yeah.
And then he totally did a 180. He was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I knew that promise was not going to be kept, but hey, it was fun. I'm glad I finally got to do something like that, and hopefully he enjoys it.
Do you think you creeped him out a little bit?
Hopefully he enjoys it.
Do you think you creeped him out a little bit?
He didn't seem creeped out, but I'm sure as the show progresses, he will get creeped out the more he thinks about it.
You really made out this year, Howard.
Wow, Robin.
I don't feel bad about my wind chimes from last year anymore.
No, you should never complain. I got to tell you, that was the creepiest, shittiest gift I've ever received.
Creeped out.
Yeah. It was just horrible.
Awful.
I mean, that was the most horrible thought anyone could ever have.
Yeah, what would make you think that somebody wants to see that?
I hated it, Gary.
I have to give a big shout out to our entire staff because we worked for you long enough. You taught us how to be assholes. So he paraded every one of us through, and we all said, he's going to love that.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would give up the joke.
You know, they were putting it in here yesterday. They hung curtains so nobody could see it. And they said, and I was sitting in here working. They said, Robin, don't look this way because there's something for the show. So I did. I mean, they kept the secret. Wow. They were loving every second of that.
I know it's funny and all that, but, there's always is a little part of me that hopes for a great gift. And for me, a great gift would be like, I don't really want much. Like a beautiful pen, because I love to write with pens. Or maybe we've been talking about buying some nice photo albums, like really good ones to put the photos in so that I have those crappy little black plastic ones.
There's a million little things that people can do, and they never think of those.
Howard, I don't think
there was a part of me that was really excited to get a gift for Secret Santa. And like when Robin last year, she was unbelievable. She always gets unbelievable gifts. Every one of her gifts I use. I got
that's sweet.
I got the glass chess pieces, the letter opener, the book, all this different stuff. But this kid Ted bummed me out so bad. I was trying to smile through it, but
the worst part of it is
it was a very depressing gift.
It's a great looking picture of you.
It's a horrible day, thanks to Ted. I'll always remember Ted for that.
See, the thing that freaks me out
I want to throw up. It's if you really think about it, it's a horrible
gift.
What kid doesn't dream of his headstone under the tree?
Oh yeah. The thing that freaks you out most about it is the open date.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but I don't think
he's not dead yet.
Now.
He wasn't going for a joke, though. I think he thought you'd really appreciate it. I don't think. I don't think he was goofing.
I think he put a lot of work into it.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
another
not
example.
an easy thing to do.
It's another example of someone thinking they know you from the show. Like, you're really not that into gothic stuff.
Not at all.
And what's gothic about that anyway?
Right.
Well, I mean, isn't gothic
Morbid.
death?
He must think I'm like Marilyn Manson, and my
Right.
whole house is like decorated with
Skulls
and
Definitely.
gothic bullshit.
Dead babies.
Right.
Howard,
Yeah.
Howard, maybe we should stop. I just saw Ted in the green room. He's listening. He looks pretty bummed out. He's just sitting there taking his lumps.
He looks bummed out. He didn't get a headstone.
Hey, Ted, I sleep in a coffin. You were so right on. I'm Marilyn Manson. Ted, I'm going to be 55 in January. What kind of fucking guy, a 55-year-old guy?
Yeah, that thing's going to have to hang around for some time, we all hope.
Ted, you really thought I'd like that?
I thought so.
Yeah.
I mean,
On what level? Like, what do you think?
And
I'm like,
where did you think he was going to keep it?
Do you think I'm like Marilyn Manson or something?
no.
Like, what do you think? What do you think? I sleep in a coffin?
I was going for something that you didn't have and you might appreciate for like the artistic value of it or something.
Okay, but would
And
you,
where was he going to put it? What did you imagine happening?
Probably behind the Robo-Spanker over there, back in the corner where no one would see it. But
yeah, it kind of bums me out. I really don't want to be reminded of my own mortality.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that every day.
Where would he put it? On his grave? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, I meant in the meantime.
Well,
I'll get your grave and put it on now.
I mean, it's a bummer. You know that. You have to know that on some level.
I thought it might be, but I also thought that
That occurred to you?
it might be more of, you might say, wow, that's really cool. But
Ted,
Well-
do not hang your head low. This is a memorable show moment.
Thanks, Ted.
And really what Secret Santa's all about.
Way to suck up to your boss.
And also, aren't you? You're a guy who doesn't want to be buried either, right? Where's your
No, he definitely wants to be buried.
I thought he wanted a mausoleum.
Yeah, I want to be in a mausoleum.
mausoleum? Yeah.
Where I
But,
have,
you know.
where I have a key so I can get out.
Right. Yeah. That's what
Oh, you don't want to be underground?
That's
No.
the guy I know. Yeah.
that's a great door stopper for the mausoleum.
There you go. Thank you. Are you bumming out in the green room?
No, I was talking to Lisa G and listening.
Oh. Yes,
Is it okay?
Ted does a great job. One of the things he does is get like props and stuff. Would you like me to send him to Home Depot to get a big sledgehammer and then we'll smash it?
No.
No?
I don't know what that.
You sure? Because maybe that will erase the
All right, thanks.
the
Doug.
creepiness.
All right.
No.
The producer.
Yeah, you'll kill yourself trying to break that.
Well, he won't do it. We'll do it. We'll have Ted do it.
Thank you, Doug.
And then that old guy who worked on will track you down.
Thank you, Ted, again.
Ugh, all that work.
Ted, I mean, Ted going to a lot of trouble, though.
Oh, take that picture down. I don't want to look at that.
You feel guilty at all?
No, you know what? That's the whole thing about Secret Santa. You don't know who you're going to get. I didn't even pick his name. Jason picked mine. You know, he did the picking for me. I found out. I guess that's what Secret Santa's all about. You never know who you're going to get or what you're going to get.
Hey, Dominic.
I don't agree with you at all. I think it has a lot of meaning, and I'll even swap something for that.
What do you got?
Well, here's the deal. First of all, why I say that,
You're the last person I'd want to have a headstone of myself. I wouldn't want that in your home.
Let me express this to you.
You're creepy to me. I don't want you with that.
I'm creepy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Dominic, you are creepy.
Okay, why I'm saying I'm not creepy at all. But let me
Not to you.
Not to you, you're not.
All right, let me express why.
Did you dye your hair brown?
My hair's always been brown and dyed.
He dyed his hair a new color.
I weigh less than 200 pounds. Leave me alone.
I got word yesterday he started dyeing his hair a new color.
Okay, all right, very good. Now,
Is that true or not?
Yes. Can I express something?
All right.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you're dead. You may live forever. It is an example of how you live your life in that you're always telling us, and especially about weight and stuff.
I got to go. Thank you.
Yeah, it makes no sense what you're saying.
I'll swap something.
What are you going to swap? What do I want of yours?
10 grand.
No, I got the world's best present of all. You know that. I have the only Howard Stern slot machine.
Oh, all right. Okay, I got to go. Thank you,
He
Dominic.
would rather have this tombstone than the slot machine.
He gave me the slot machine.
I gave it to him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he'd rather have the tombstone than a slot machine.
Howard, will the tombstone go in the cemetery, in your museum someday?
Yes.
Okay, so there it works perfectly.
All right. Thank you,
Merry
Dominic.
Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone.
It'll be in the section for world's worst present.
Yeah. I have a special museum section that people will love. Wow. What did you get, Fred? Did you get yours?
No, I'm supposed. I guess.
You know what?
I don't know if I want it. It might be worse than the tombstone. It's coming from Benji.
Let's see what it is.
Oh, Benji had to get you a present.
Benji had to give me a present, and I told him even before. I was like, "Look, just lose my name. Don't get me anything."
So he gave you a little card.
He gave me a little card, and I think he was running around this morning. Am I right? You forgot something or whatever.
Why are you so hostile, dude?
Jesus.
So he nearly bowled me over as I was coming in the door this morning.
That is annoying, Ben. You gotta stop doing that.
So,
what'd you get?
Okay, here we go. It is an honor and I don't know if privilege is spelled correctly, to sit beside and work with you. I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday. The enclosed gift card can be used for, Benji, I'm going to give this back to you. For $150 worth of merchandise or food at any New York business and restaurant. Also, upon transfer, okay, there's a bunch of other stuff here about websites that supposedly you got me. Your friend Benji. Benji, I'm going to give you back the card because you could use the food more than I could. Dude, seriously.
No, it's not.
Fred, that's a gift. You don't give it back.
No, I have.
Fred, I got to teach you.
That's
You're a hillbilly.
ungracious.
Fred, that's ungracious.
It's ungracious, so what should I do? Donate in his name?
Yeah, no.
I buy you those websites, too.
Oh, should I read those?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that would be pertinent to the conversation.
What do you mean you bought them websites?
Also, upon transfer, you are the owner of the following websites: FredNorris.mobi, KingNorris.mobi, JokeJokeland.com. I like cunts.com. Why would I want that? Dirty, filthy.
Jokeland.com you own?
Yeah, Jokeland.
Jokeland.
Why did you buy him these websites? What's he going to do with that? That is stupid. Why would you buy him that? FredNorris.mobi.
Well, .mobi's the new hot thing.
Is it?
Oh, but the best one is at the end. Dirty, filthy whore cookies for the Susan G. Komen Cancer Fund. I'll be putting that one up right away.
If you want to sell, I like cunts.com. That could be worth a lot of money.
CUNTS?
Yeah.
That wasn't taken?
Nope.
Cunts.com?
But it's I like
cunts.
Yeah.
It's not cunts.com.
I wanted to buy a bunch of racist name domains and see if like the KKK wanted them ever, you know.
Right, sell it to them, make some money off it.
Yeah, like I own niggersuck.com.
Oh. You do?
No, I
He
wanted,
never did it. He thought of it.
or like I hate Jews, or I'm sure they got a hate group and try to get a lot of money out of them.
Fred, you're going to keep it, right?
Everybody's telling me I have to keep it.
Yeah.
I would prefer to give it back to Benji because he doesn't make a whole lot of money.
Well, I mean, it's
I'd like to have him to buy a new sweatshirt or something.
It would mean a lot to me if you and Allison went out and had a nice time with the money.
If that's the case, then I accept it, and I thank you very much.
All right, there you go. Fred first fighting Benji's gift, and now
Yeah,
it's
well,
up to you.
Because I'm trying to,
right back to
it
him.
just doesn't seem right. A guy who's not making a whole lot of money giving me money.
Hey, and thank you, Harry, because I bought another website I didn't have to use.
Which was?
Fuck you. Don't shut off my mic. This isn't shtick.com.
All right, good. Well, Fred, you're lucky. I
made out better than you did.
I love cunts as something I wish I owned.
I like cunts.
I like cunts.
I love cunts.
It was already taken.
Yeah. I also got I hate cunts, but I wanted to keep that for myself.
I'll see if Lisa G wants to buy that last one.
Well, I did buy. I didn't know if she would get pissed. I also got Lisa G's PrettyPinkPussy.com.
Do you have IHateCunts.com or
Yes.
IHateCunts.mobi?
.com.
All right.
To start with, and once
Well,
that's
that's a
branded,
good
you can get a .mobi.
And you didn't give that one to Fred.
The I hate cunts? No, I didn't want to seem sexist.
All right, thank you, Benji. Artie, did you get your gift yet?
No, JD, come on, JD. I can't wait to see this. And then I got to give my gift to Lee. I could give Lee from Howard TV if you're here. I have his gift. Uh-oh.
The bag's a little gay, but the suggestion was from your mother, so.
Oh, that's not fair.
That's good. Yeah, Robin's right.
That
you don't get
ruined
to
it.
ask his mother. You ruined it.
No, she
Get on
called
mic.
him, though.
No,
That
you
was
should
the
have just
funny
got
thing.
your own your gift.
Why is Artie's
did-
mother so controlling that she calls JD and tells him what to
It's
get?
unbelievably annoying.
Yeah, even I'm annoyed with your mom. She doesn't get the bit.
Well, JD doesn't either, though. Why would he listen to her?
All right, let's see what your mom got you through JD.
This is the greatest thing ever. This is exactly what I want.
What is it?
It's one of those Ken Burns documentaries on DVD that I don't have about baseball.
Yeah, see.
Oh.
No,
Not good.
not good.
Thank you. I wanted.
Sorry.
All right, JD.
It's no tombstone.
Sorry for that tombstone, Artie.
No. I'm just saying it's a great gift. Thanks, but
JD, you believe that guy Ted got me a tombstone? Don't you think that's horrible?
I love Ted, but that's the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm really bummed out about it, actually. I kind of look forward to Secret Santa.
Yeah, I hate thinking about death, too, and just seeing a tombstone would just...
With your face on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I guess I got spoiled because I got Robin last year, and she knows how to buy a gift.
Yeah, you had fun last year in Secret Santa. That's why you missed the point.
well, she's a broad.
Why don't you and I just buy a gift for each other and fuck all these other people?
Yeah, really. That's what we should do.
That's next year. That's what it's coming down to. Pat it. I'm fixing it so I get Robin every year. And you can have me. I'll get you something good.
I know you get good gifts.
I know. Who else didn't get a gift yet? Fred got his gift.
I got mine.
Lee, this is Lee. Hey, Lee.
Is Artie's Secret Santa?
Yeah,
Lee, what'd you get Lee, Art?
Well, since you asked about your guy, I did a little research on Lee, and I thought he was an all Cincinnati fan across the board. You're a Bengals fan.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But you're a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Big-time Yankee fan.
Lee, tell everyone what you do and everything.
I'm a senior producer at Howard TV.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was, born in New York, so
Right.
I always grew up a Yankees fan, and then lived in Cincinnati for a long time as well, so...
All right, well, here. I got
the
you.
Bengals.
I got you this.
What is that, Art?
Thank you very much.
It's a $500 gift certificate to the New York Yankees store down here. And in addition...
Why does he want the Yankees, though? He doesn't like the Yankees.
No, he is a
You are a
lifetime
Yankee?
Yankee
Okay.
fan.
And in addition to that, I got my tickets. I finally finalized my tickets to the new Yankee Stadium. You can have whatever game you want, 4 tickets.
Wow.
Does that include playoffs and World Series?
No.
No.
Regular season.
Regular season?
It's got to be regular season. Just because other people are affected by the postseason in my life, so I can. But look, Red Sox, the Mets series, and
You would let him have Red Sox.
Sure, any game you want, 4
What do you-
tickets, and that's a hot ticket with the new thing.
Hey, Lee, what are you thinking of this gift? Is this what you want? Were you a little disappointed? You look disappointed.
Oh, no. I'm like half asleep right now. No, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's
You
great.
want a tombstone?
The gift doesn't seem
Eventually.
to have awakened him.
Can he take Artie opening day?
Yeah, if he wants.
You want opening day? You got to think about it.
Any game. I'm a huge Yankees fan. New stadium.
Actually, let me ask my uncle about opening day, but the rest.
Oh,
of
my God.
Just because I want to make sure that he. No, as a matter of fact, you can have opening day. Absolutely, I know that for a fact. Anything but the playoffs.
Okay.
It's 81 games.
No, listen, I'm very appreciative of
You
it.
go in the Yankee apparel.
Where are your
whatever like
seats now? Do you know?
They're about 4 rows behind where they were. Yeah, enjoy, Lee.
Lee, very nice.
Because he had great
Thank you
seats
again.
in the old stadium.
They're only about 4 rows behind those seats. They're not
Yeah.
bad.
Merry Christmas. All right.
Salud.
All right.
Boy, that was anticlimactic. You'd think the guy would be screaming.
Lee, really?
Lee's like, you know what?
Artie could have done better, I guess.
I mean, that's about a.
No, that's a nice gift.
With the 4 seats, that's about a $2,000 gift.
Yeah. He walked out of here like you crapped on him.
Does food come with that when you're at the stadium, or you have to pay for your own food?
He's got a $500.
He gets waiter service.
He does.
He'll probably drop $1,000 anyway.
Meat or fish or anything, you just were served vegetables, and you sat there. And I would come home. I would work all day and night at the radio station, and then I would sit in a room. It was like a jail cell. It was the size of a jail cell, and I would sit there and wait for the next show.
And then Bubba got to ask one question, which was, well, when did you start to really make some money?
And I explained to him, because Bubba's fantasy was I was making big money in certain markets, like, oh, when you went to Los Angeles, and I said, no, it's just the opposite, because I kind of made some, I think, bad deals.
because I took these stations and elevated them to #1.
Yeah.
But in order to prove that morning radio could succeed on a syndicated basis, I had to take shitty deals.
Well, look at what, you
And
know,
give
one
half-
station bill. It's New York, but 50 mil from one station.
Exactly.
You know?
But it was almost like 𝗦𝗵C𝘄 listening to him because of my struggle.
Meanwhile, you listen to every word.
Well, maybe.
Well, I said that. I said, I can't. Okay, they got to change subjects eventually.
And I'll bet.
And then what did they change the subject to? How's Artie?
All right.
And I said, I love Artie. I said, yeah, Artie's got his issues. And I reminded people that Bubba at one point weighed almost 500 pounds and pulled his life together, but pulled it together when he was ready.
488. That's right. Rough. I couldn't imagine having another 200
But
pounds.
Artie, you don't understand what was going on.
This is very interesting.
Instead of that was not the conversation. The conversation was Artie has a hole he's trying to fill.
No, I said to Bubba,
you must have had
again, you're wrong.
A hole.
I said to Bubba, tell me something. If you're discussing Artie's eating, I said, whether it's eating or drugs, or I said, Artie always has some addiction.
I got a hole I'm trying to fill. It's on the chick from Philly.
So I said to Bubba, do you, now that you've lost weight, do you have this addiction in some other area? I was curious. He said no. The guys explained that he's more addicted to hanging out with his kid.
No, but there was a whole discussion about Bubba.
I'm going to get to that. You don't let me talk.
Yeah, I'm sure Bubba's.
Then I said. Then when I was on Bubba's show, I said, you know, psychologically, the eating, whether it's drugs or gambling or eating or something.
Right.
I said, you're hungry, not hungry literally, you're hungry for something, whether it's love or who knows, someone to take care of you, you don't know. So I said, Bubba, what do you think you were really hungry for? And I'm talking to a hillbilly, and Bubba's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I go, well...
He hasn't examined that.
No, he wasn't into examining that. He tried, but it was, you know, obviously not the right form. So I said, Artie needs to get in touch with that. I said, but it's up to him to go to therapy, and I don't know if he'll be ready to do that.
See, we're skipping through this rather jauntily.
It sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it?
No, you were droning on.
Oh, droning.
About, oh, my poor life.
You were jealous that you were in you couldn't stay out of it.
I had a horrible time.
Okay.
It was awful, and
So why didn't you turn off?
And struggled. I was like, he can't be serious.
Why didn't you turn off the radio? No, you know what you did? You had to be a part of it and ruin it.
Then from Artie's hole.
So what? So turn it off. It wasn't interesting to you. There's enough channels on Sirius.
I wanted to listen to this channel.
Yeah. Believe me, you loved it. And you had to insert yourself.
After Artie's hole, they went to Tyler's music.
And that was fascinating. He thinks giving a kid piano lessons is gay, and I said, you know something? I said, Bubba, wait a second. I said, Bubba, let me tell you something. I said, you think Billy Joel with his young wife and his jets and homes, and I said, you know, right now Beth is on a jet with Billy Joel and Katie going to Chicago to play in front of thousands of people, and he got tons of pussy. And then, of course, Ned said, yeah, and Elton John sucked a cock. So I said, that's a good point. So it was rather fascinating. Should this be...
And Billy's got a few holes he's filling.
And I even said, if you have the means and you don't offer your kids some kind of musical outlet, it's almost like child abuse. It's like, it's not teaching your kid how to swim. Like poor Robin doesn't know how to swim. That's a life-saving thing. Oh, you're a mess.
I'm not going to sit here
what I'm
and
gonna
whine
suggest,
at this point about not getting swimming
What
lessons.
I'm going to suggest to you is that it was hard for you to stay out of hearing me working with another human being.
He was so analytical yesterday. I said he must have just come from therapy.
I did
because
not.
he was psychoanalyzing everything.
No. In fact, my therapist wasn't around, so maybe that's why. But I thought I was very, very astute. Very interesting.
Oh, just piercing.
Anyway, so getting on with this. So Robin calls in, and then I hung up. She gets on and drops a bombshell on Bubba's show. Now, you sat here for every day and never said a word about this. And you get on Bubba's show and you give him great radio.
Oh,
Now, why would you do that? I love Bubba, but why wouldn't you mention it here first?
I was calling you. You know what? I was coming home, listening to the wrap-up show. Not the wrap-up show,
The
Bubba's
show. Bubba Love Sponge
You
show.
came on.
Right.
I was immediately going to get... But before you came on, I was getting out of my car to call you. And then you came on Bubba's show.
Right.
And you were doing your thing, and I said, I got to call in. It wasn't to call in to give a bombshell.
Yeah, but Robin...
And I was only calling in to talk to you.
Right.
And then I was going to get off, but you bailed and left me on the Bubba show.
Oh, believe me, I wanted to get off the show. Even I was boring myself. I just wanted to say happy birthday to Bubba.
How long were you on?
About 20 minutes. But I mean, like, as Robin says, it felt like 2 hours. and you know, and I vowed I was only going to call in and say hi, happy birthday, and get off, because Bubba's got his own thing going, his own agenda. He does a great show. You didn't need me on there. And, but, you know, I don't know. We started gabbing, and it felt good to me. And then,
it sounds like Robin's a huge fan of Bubba, and you ruined her show.
I did, evidently. I ruined the show.
It. Well, nothing wrong with being a fan of Bubba. I'm a fan of it too.
Interesting, but it went to the point of when, you know, when you're going on too long about how miserable, you know, because you have a great life in comparison.
Yes, I wasn't saying I was. I said I had a peculiar life. It was an odd life when I look back on it.
May I ask what the context was? Because I didn't hear it. It's like, were they asking the questions that kind of led you down that path?
They asked me.
They didn't ask.
Because I mean, that's what it sounds like.
You immediately launched into, "Hey, Bubba, are you one of those guys who says I wish I could have, you know, the old days?" And then you went on.
And I talked about how the old days were horrible.
And what was his answer to that?
He didn't get to.
He didn't.
Who cared? I was the guest.
Sorry.
I'm talking.
I think you're the same. I feel bad for you because I think you're the same person you were back then with money and fame. I mean,
but that wasn't the issue. That was not the issue. He was simply. I'm just talking about what happened on the show, and you know, he's a very successful, very happy man.
All right, let's move on to you.
I don't think he's happy.
Excuse me.
I'm very happy.
I don't think he's
capable. All right, let's move on
happy.
to you
He's
now.
Way happier than he was.
I'm not
then.
happy this morning with you. So Robin gets on, and in 2 seconds spills her guts.
I didn't spill my guts.
Have Artie guess what the bomb.
What do you think the bombshell is?
She's marrying Martina Navratilova.
That's a good one.
That's it.
Listen, I have no fucking idea.
Take a guess.
The bombshell. Well, is it something I could deduce logically through knowing Robin or hearing?
Maybe, possibly, yeah.
Sherlock Lange.
Sherlock Lange.
Come on, Sherlock Lange.
Oh, God.
You seem to be straight this morning. You had your subject
You're
text.
awake. You're
Come
awake.
on, you should be able to do this.
Yeah, I'll be awake for about another 10 minutes. You're all boring me.
What is Robin's bombshell that she dropped on the Bubba the Love Sponge
She's getting
show?
married.
Wrong.
Okay, that's my guess. I don't know.
You know.
I know.
Trying to deduce.
Deduce.
Who hasn't been around at the last couple of events?
Oh, her and Mr. X broke up.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, I did wonder why he wasn't a Cafe Grey, but you never know. I mean, people do different things. And
Well.
wow, how long? Okay, Grace. Okay, now I'm interested.
Now, mind you, she now says that this has been going on a while, but she decides to spill her guts on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Well, I have a bigger bombshell.
Wait a minute. Oh, you
Mr.
do.
Mr. X is dating Dana.
Oh, that would be good. Now, that's good. The two of you could jump out the window
I
together.
gotta tell you, I'm much like Robin was with me and Dana. I'm very sad because I love Mr. X.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
I said to myself, I wonder if this will be the same as, you know, losing Dana, because we all lost Dana.
You're right, yeah. No, well, he's so much fun at events. I think he's a funny fucking guy.
Yeah.
Listen, we might have lost Dana, but we gained that hot blonde you were with. I don't mind
There's
that.
always something to come.
She can be any hair color you want.
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, with Robin, the reason I just get upset is because here she sat, and she can't say I didn't want to break the news to you on the air. She broke it on the air.
I don't want to bust your chops, but that is something you should
that's
say.
kind of fucked up.
If you're going to say it on the air at all,
like,
If I'm guilty on Bubba's show of being boring, that's one thing. But to come on and be so fucking interesting.
Why not call Elvis Duran?
I was trying to help us out.
And how did it just come out?
Don't help. Listen.
Well, now I have a million questions. Obviously, how long?
Well, here's what happened on the Bubba show. Howard, like I said, I didn't mean to be a guest. I was just calling to break up the pity party and get some revelry going on.
She couldn't stand to be out of a radio show that I was a part of.
Racing isn't enough.
Yeah.
So then he bailed immediately. I was like, what is he doing? He was supposed to stay. I was supposed to go.
Yeah, no, I was getting you gave me it was almost like I said, like
it
tag team.
was a tag team.
I said, thank God. Okay,
that would
goodbye.
have been funny if you did reveal it to Howard, but on the Bubba show. That would have been interesting.
Left.
You know what?
He launched himself out of there and left me.
Beth was in Chicago. She left me dinner with the turkey meatballs and she cooked a bunch of things for me. So
how come you don't invite me over for the meatballs?
I only had 7 of them. And I know you're going to eat all 7 of them.
No, wait, so that leaves 2 for you.
Yeah. So I was dreaming about heating that up, and I had the green beans, and I put some rice in there. It was beautiful.
That dream.
So I was like, I got to go eat, man. And Robin called me and went,
exactly
okay,
what
goodbye.
He said. Hey, I'm going to go have dinner. See you.
Yeah,
when you hung up from Bubba's show, did you listen to it?
No.
Or so when did you find out about this revelation?
Tim called me. Oh, well, first, Robin calls me. Because she had the guilt.
I didn't have the guilt.
Calls
it was
up,
actually what I was planning to do.
Please. Then she calls me, and she says, look, I want to tell you, I said something on Bubba's show. First she told me I was boring. Then
I did not.
I know. And then
she waited till here to tell you that.
Right. So getting back to this, Robin calls me after the Bubba show.
Really?
She calls me up, and believe me, I was watching The Sopranos, eating my turkey meatballs.
Oh, you're kidding! I interrupted The Sopranos.
You didn't hear me eating while I was talking to you?
I did hear you eating, but I didn't know you were watching The Sopranos.
And I heard it was Robin on the phone. Robin's the only person I didn't interrupt that for because I was like, oh shit, the food is piping hot.
Meatballs and The Soprano. The turkey thing's a bit of a minus, but
okay, but I don't eat
meatballs and The Sopranos is rough. That's a good
with a big
nice
sauce and a whole thing.
That's a nice setup.
And who's on the phone? I hear @𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱. And because I got one of those screens.
I know it.
Yeah. So I go. I'm sitting and debating. I go, I want to hear what Robin's got to say because she told me I'm fucking boring on Bubba's show. Man. I said, but
your phone just said, okay, I'll try to find him.
I'm 10 minutes into The Sopranos.
He's eating meatballs watching The Sopranos.
I mean, I was in fucking heaven, and I'd been, I was like practically jerking off to that all day.
You should have that woman trained to go.
Would you like to leave a message?
Fuck off. Meatballs, Sopranos, do the math.
Or would you want me to find her?
Yeah. And by the way, I thought Mr. X was out of the picture because you told everyone. I had heard that Mr. X's mom might be sick or something like that. I heard that.
She is, I wasn't. It wasn't the biggest lie in the world.
Well, wait a minute. When did you break up? Just give me that before you move on.
We got a whole show to get through.
When did you break up, real quick? And then you can move on with the Lange. I'm just curious.
Well, it's been an in progress kind of a thing. The whole time one of the things I said to Howard was when you and Dana were going through it, I was just sort of sitting over here listening and saying, wow, I'm basically in the same spot, but I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay.
Wow. She basically said when you were on the air whining about Dana, Robin was kind of like, why doesn't he suck it up and be a man? And because she was sitting there whining. And I go, but he was emoting on the air. That's interesting. And you emoted on Bubba's show.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, no one's more. Look, I give it up here. You got to give me that. Heroin day. I mean, I let it roll.
It wasn't quite the same kind of thing. We weren't breaking up and making up. We were just going through a very extended,
Well, what made it extended, though? Like, did you have a lot of
years and years of being together? You just don't abruptly
See, some people can do that. I agree with you. I don't know how you could just say, look, now I'm never seeing this person again, because that's what some people are capable of doing.
Oh, I've done that.
I know.
Yeah, but it depends on the kind of breakup it is, too.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's, you just got to get rid of that person, that's one thing. It wasn't like that at all.
Well, obviously, my next question is, was there one particular thing that did it? Why? I mean, but I don't know what... I mean, you go ahead. It's your show. Go.
No,
we're on the Artie Lange show now.
I mean, obviously you say that.
It's late night at Fox, and it's Artie Lange.
I'm very curious about a bunch of things. You're friends of mine. And
Why don't you two hook up, Robin and Artie?
I think that's a power couple right there.
You two lovebirds. Both looking for romance. Come on. You're on the market.
It just happened.
Robin, are you on the market, or are you just still like grieving over the relationship?
I'm not necessarily on any market. My mind has gone to, well, what will I do now? But
she's at Chippendales every night.
I said, I'm no desperate housewife. I don't have to fall into someone's arms.
I had heard some speculation that possibly Robin and Mr. X weren't together, but I said, look, Robin would tell me.
Who are you hearing that from?
People were saying, gee, Mr. X hasn't been around.
Oh, okay.
Various people around the station.
Right.
No, they're all yentas.
That's for goddamn sure.
They never talk to me, these yentas.
Right. They talk to me. And then at one point, even somebody said to me, kind of casually but being serious, that they felt Robin's race car driving was a death wish because she's so broken up about Mr. X.
Who said that?
I'm never telling you.
You.
No.
Somebody said that to you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
When did they say that?
It was a serious conversation, and they said, would you be willing to talk to Robin? I said, look.
Another intervention you have to do.
Yeah, I said, look, my head's going to explode from all these psychos I work with.
Artie on at 1.
Yeah, I don't have time. Now you know why I'm on Bubba babbling.
No,
but I said...
I don't want to give you a hint, Robin, but here's how the conversation went. I think Robin has a death wish.
No, this was very serious, and someone who was really concerned about Robin.
I can't imagine who this is.
You never will guess. But a very nice person did this.
A very nice person?
Yes. And said to me, look...
Donald Trump.
Will Murray? I said, look, Robin hasn't said anything to me about Mr. X. I said, what? Do you know anything? Is anything going on? So, it was very vague. Mm-hmm. So I was been planning, how am I going to say to Robin, what's going on here with this race car driving? So here, when she called up and made the revelation on Bubba's show,
here we go.
It was my opportunity. So I got a hold of her last night, and I said to her, look, what is going on? Because she makes it seem like she's not that all upset about the whole Mr. X thing.
Well, I did think the race car driving conversations was out of left field.
I had to tie it in because I had made a vow to this person that I would do it.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Because if anything happened to you and I didn't say anything, well, then I feel like a shit. I wouldn't forgive myself.
But was there one particular thing that did it? Was somebody cheating? Was
no.
It was just like, look, it's time to stop.
We've just gone in different directions. We don't have the same kind of goals in life anymore.
Right.
And so we were just apart.
That means
we
they can't stand each other.
Different directions.
When you say you had different goals, what goal do you have, and what goal did he have?
Well, the way we live our lives is completely different. I'm very active and outgoing, and he's, quiet and introverted, and it just wasn't working.
It's like every broad and a guy.
I'll go out with him.
Every girl is outgoing.
He doesn't want to go out.
He's my guy. You're crazy to give that up.
You should hook up then.
Where is he right now? Be like, hello, Howard.
You know the greatest part? Here's when a guy's at his most dishonest trying to get in a broad's pants. When you're wooing a girl you're insanely attracted to, and she starts bitching about her ex-boyfriend going, he never wanted to do anything. I love going out and dancing. And I love that, too. That guy sounds like such a bore,
Yeah, Beth's wondering how come I spend 8 hours a day playing chess.
Yeah.
Right now.
You know what? I was doing
We're Mr. Ricks. We're like a young Denny Terrio when we're dating you.
I was doing a story about some couple that just got together and they unveiled their relationship at the theater when they went to see some show. And I remember thinking to myself, yeah, isn't that? Yeah, remember when?
Right.
He would take you anywhere.
Yeah.
Usually when people break up, they have the same goal, fucking someone new.
Romance fades. That's sad.
It does fade.
What are you going to do? It's
So anyway, so Robin calls me, so I kind of crowbarred in a very awkward way.
It was weird.
The psychological racing with the breakup, and maybe, you're very upset.
Now,
and I had
I'm
heard,
telling him, and he goes, well, do you think your racing has anything to do? I'm like, what?
Well, I had heard you were very, very upset about the breakup.
Who did you hear that from?
I can't say.
Again, I haven't talked to anybody, Howard.
All right.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to people. Yentas. No one knew for sure. They were speculating, and I went.
And so now I'm
Robin would tell me. Robin would tell me. Of course, she told Bubba. But she told Bubba.
Well, I mean,
that's like if I announced my divorce.
No,
on 𝗦𝗵cie.
Here's what happened. Again, you abandoned ship.
Don't make excuses.
I'm telling you, Artie, it was like getting off. He was jumping on that lifeboat off the
Stop.
Titanic.
Don't tie in if I was a boring guest with your...
So you told Bubba because you panicked.
With your panic.
She's driving in a race car, and yet...
It was my fault, she told Bubba, because I was so bad of a guest.
I didn't mean to be on the show. What I meant to
Who asked you to call in? She didn't mean to be on the show. You accidentally ended up on the show. You called in.
What I meant to do was talk to Howard. He happened to be on Bubba's show.
I got right off. She goes, you're boring. I go, okay, goodbye. I won't bore anyone anymore. I'm out.
Ooh, now that I'm here. So then Bubba turns to me and we start talking, and all of a sudden he starts a conversation about me and Mr. X in bed. Right. And I was like, you know what? I am tired of lying.
About Mr. X.
Yeah, and not
it would have been great if you said that on the air. It would have shocked us all.
What?
It would have shocked us.
I was planning to, but you, again, bailed out of the situation.
No, you didn't do it on our show.
No, I didn't want to do it on Bubba's show. I was going to talk to you, and then we would have done this. But
it's my fault.
I just called in to give you a little boost, and you left.
So it's my... Don't even... That's crazy talk. King of all blacks, you're on the air.
Robin.
Yeah, king of all blacks, king of all blacks, king of all blacks.
I knew this for the longest time, and I just kept it inside.
Oh, so you're the one who told Howard that I was racing.
I talked to him about it.
How'd you know, genius?
I don't think it had anything to do with racing. This guy always was jealous of you. Always. And he just was like, it was eating him up alive how you had this, like, it seemed like an exciting life, and he was just, like, so bored, like, with his own life, and he wanted you to be bored with him. You see what I'm saying?
No.
You're fucking crazy. It took you forever to get out that analysis, and we hung with you.
How do you know his life was boring?
You don't know anything about Mr. X.
I don't know anything about him, but I know he's one of them bougie type of guys.
Yeah,
he's very far from bougie.
He's not bougie?
You're bougie compared to him.
Yeah, you're way more bougie than he is.
It would take him about 3 seconds to beat the shit out of you.
You're practically Ireland Baldwin compared to him.
But he could fight. He's not a fighter.
What a nice reference that was.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Howard, I gotta tell you this. I know you are. I read the revenues that you made for K-Rock when you was on K-Rock in the Daily News yesterday.
Right.
Amazing. $50 million, and now they're down to like 16.
That's
the
right.
funniest thing in the world.
All right. Thank you, King.
I love you.
Love you too. He's
King checking in.
Going nowhere.
But you know what I mean? It seems to me like when breakups happen, there's some Like, my thing was fucking 3 months on the air of like, okay.
No, this was
we broke up.
going
Why?
on.
In the beginning, it was nothing. Then the heroin came up, and then
I learned from Robin that this went on for a while.
it's just some juiciness we're not hearing.
No.
Or is it
No.
just, it's in like a non. Like,
It was kind of like, well, you know, she wanted to do stuff, he didn't, and, you know, and they were just realizing they were two different people, but they still care for each other, concern for
Right.
each other. But so you haven't been intimate in a long time, Robin.
No.
When's the last time you were intimate?
I can hardly remember.
Wow. Vibrator City.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry.
Right.
what are you gonna do?
It's a very familiar sound to me.
Over a year? No, not a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Over a year?
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Because I was sort of just, you know, absenting myself from the situation.
Well, this is good now. Now that you're on the market, we can get the word out.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, dropping loads.
Will
Guys
you
are
move?
different, man.
I had a thought. I think you're going to move.
Well, I've been thinking about that for a couple of years, too.
I think you put yourself out there where you live now because he's there.
Mm-hmm.
And I never, I don't like that one bit. I really didn't. I was like, oh, my God. Like, Robin had this great apartment
It
in the
was an odd
city.
choice where she lived. I didn't realize that, though. I mean, that's nice, though. You're into a person. That's nice to do.
Are you going to do a chocolate singles ad?
No, there's no chocolate singles anymore.
Oh, there isn't? They folded after you stopped writing your
After I
ads?
stopped making ads.
Wow.
Why don't we all do our own ethnic, a J date for, you do a joke, I'll do a Dago date.
Dago date?
That's what they call it.
DagoDating.com?
So you mean when we had that party at your house, there was no intimacy going
Not
on?
really. I
Gee,
mean, did
thought
you
there
see
was.
us in the same place at any time?
Well, sometimes when you have a party, everyone's socializing, and they try to make people comfortable. Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. We all walked through the house together.
Right, we
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only time, though. I think I saw him that evening.
Men are different. Me and Dana, had sex in Turks and Caicos New Year's Eve. And then it really went sour right after that. And a couple of weeks into Sirius when I told you guys about the problems. And then we were 4 months, nothing had happened. And
sexually.
Yeah. And then we got back together, and I mean, guys, I was just so horny when I saw her. And it was really like I somehow got her into bed, even though it was clearly still over. I felt like getting laid. And then after that, it was like, God, fuck. It wasn't until last November when I met that
That's
girl.
a huge mistake, going back sexually when you know it's over.
Yeah, because then that just prolongs.
We did well. That exactly because then in a woman's mind, it's an emotional.
Was it
attachment.
awkward, Robin, at your party, at the house party when you had everyone to your home, to have to fake it that you guys were together? Like, was there a discussion?
Well, we weren't, we hadn't really.
Figured it all out.
That wasn't, we didn't necessarily know that was going on at the time. Mm-hmm. We knew we had problems, but it wasn't like we were saying, oh, it's over, but we're going to stay together for this party or anything like that.
You're talking about your house down the shore party? God, that's funny because that's when I really was bitching to you guys at the table about my situation. And you were going through that. I remember really, because I wasn't.
Yeah, you were downright suicidal.
I didn't take Dana to that party,
That's right,
and it was odd, and I was like, I remember particularly cornering Howard and Beth.
Bob Levy is on the air. Yes, Bob.
Wow, this is great news, man. I like to be the first one to throw my hat in the ring to try to bang Robin now.
What about dating Bob Levy, Robin? Is that ever going to happen?
You know what? Again, give me some time. It will take a little while before
Bob Levy and
I'm
Robin
ready
Quivers.
For Bob.
Do you mind? I tell you, those lines of coke would look great on your black ass.
Wow.
I love the contrast.
Great.
Yes,
and I'll go racing with you. We'll be doing coke. We'll be up all weekend. Come on, Robin. Give it a try.
He'll take you right down that path.
The only thing whiter than the coke Bob gets is his hair.
Did you find you're not attracted to Bob at all, Robin?
I love his comedy.
Right. Did you and Mr. X try counseling at all?
No, he's not. That's when I sort of knew that there was no, he's not into that at all. That was made clear very, very early.
I don't want to sound
in our relationship. Either a relationship works or it doesn't.
I don't want to sound prejudiced because this is true of a lot of Italian guys too. You don't see a lot of brothers in counseling.
Doesn't happen.
That ain't a man's world right there.
Yeah. All right, Bob. Well, you've thrown your hat. You're the first one to throw your hat in the ring.
All of Bubba's staff was willing to. I was on almost a gangbang before I was out of there.
Anybody
on Spice Boy?
Yeah, you said you're attracted to this
gangbang.
Now, you don't suspect that Mr. X is with another woman at this point, do you?
It really wouldn't bother me if he was.
Oh, come on.
It wouldn't. I don't.
Oh, be honest a little
I'm
bit.
being honest, Artie. You don't know how long this has been going on. I mean, I really think we could just be friends at this point, and I wouldn't mind hearing...
Would you set him up on a date?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah. You got anybody you want to torture?
Wow. Whoa.
That's a joke. A joke.
No, this is, I'll tell you what. This is, okay, here's a great question.
Are supposed to be funny here?
You're a scream.
Here's a great question, though. That night when me and Dana and Howard and Beth went out with you guys to Per Se.
Yeah.
And I thought Mr. X was being a riot that night.
You enjoyed the heck out of it.
I did, but Howard in particular thought he was being rude. You said, I don't care. You shushed it off like you don't care. Did stuff like that bug you? Was that one of the things that really bugged you?
Well, I put up with it for a long while because there were other wonderful things about the relationship. But, after those wonderful things start to go away and that's
here's what
still
happened.
there, it begins to be obnoxious.
I like Mr. X very much. I do. He's a very, very nice guy and funny guy, and I always enjoy being with him. But when Robin took me to this dinner at a place, a very expensive place, and you were there.
I was there. Unbelievable.
Okay. And we're sitting and eating this unbelievably beautiful meal. And he was complaining the whole time in Robin's ear as she's eating.
Well, not in her ear.
I don't want to be here.
To the whole dinner.
Why did you make me come to this? Oh, my God. The portions are too small. I'm having a bad time. And I went, wow. And afterwards I said, gee, I know it was done in a joking way, but poor Robin spent a fortune on this thing, and she was just trying to enjoy the evening. So, it's like...
it's not like you have to eat this way every night.
Like, to me, the worst thing you could do to me is take me to, like, a Broadway show or to the ballet or something like that. But if I went, I'd sit there and I just, take it, if I was doing it for somebody.
You put on a brave face.
Right. So I said, gee, I don't know how Robin is... she's tuning it out, but I could tell... there must be something irking her.
But that was, that's like sort of tantamount to how different we are. I love doing that.
No, here's the difference. The difference is, even if you didn't love doing it, you would put your heart into it for the other person if you cared about them. In other words,
but and I wouldn't torture somebody to, in what they love. That's true.
That's right.
But also... there was something we did not too long ago, and we all had a wonderful time. No. We all didn't do anal. I'm talking about when we went to Tampa.
Yes, that was
for
great.
Bubba's wedding. We had the greatest time.
Yes, we did.
And it was really the last, social event that Mr. X and I attended together. We took Tom and Penelope out to dinner.
Yes.
And I'm telling them all about that weekend and what a great time we had and how wonderful it was and how much fun it was to hang out with everybody and do whatever we did down there. And I said, yeah. He said, you really enjoyed it? I said, yeah, I had a great time.
It was great.
And he said, would I have enjoyed it? I said, not a second. Right. And I was like, yeah, that's it. want to do the same things at all.
What does he do? What
I have
fun
no
does he
idea
have?
anymore.
He's a guy.
What does he do all day?
It's like,
He likes the Mets. He goes to baseball games. He watches baseball. He loves to talk baseball. He likes basketball.
He's a guy.
He plays chess occasionally. You know, he loves jazz. So, you know, he's always sitting with a pair of headphones on and smoking his pipe.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
Boy, he sounds like a real dick, Robin.
Yeah. Sounds like my kind of guy.
What's his number?
That's what I said. The guy's a great guy.
I mean, take away the Mets, everything's perfect.
He's a guy's guy.
Yeah.
But,
I could do all of those things.
You forget about the other hilarious thing Mr. X did. This is years ago now at a dinner. Remember, we were at some dinner, again, a Robin event. I believe it was one of your birthday parties at Union Pacific.
Right.
At Rocco DeSpirito place where Mr. X poured the water on Stuttering John.
That was great.
John's farting at the table. I still can't...
Mr. X got up and poured water all over John, and I said, what happened?
Good for him.
Because he's farting on the table. I'm sitting right next to the guy.
He did have funny lines because he said, I thought he was on fire.
Yeah, well, and then somebody, everybody was with their new cameras. They had just come out where you could instantly see that digital thing, that clear thing. So Howard, it was when you had that camera. Remember you fucking went on that thing, you were taking everybody's picture.
Right.
Howard takes one of Mr. X and remember, you didn't realize what happened through the screen. Mr. X put a knife right up to her.
Right.
That's
right up to Robin's throat, and he did it so clandestine.
Yes, you wouldn't know unless you looked at the picture.
You want to know
Robin's
something?
got a
I
big
got to tell
smile
you.
on her face, and he's like this with the knife.
It was funny.
And we were laughing like crazy.
It was funny when I looked at the pictures because I didn't notice.
Oh, you were laughing your ass off.
But I did say to Beth, I said, you know what? I don't know about this relationship. He put a knife to Robin's throat in the picture. It can't be going well. Maybe I knew back then. Who knows?
I mean, I guess we were.
Who knows?
Beginning of the end.
Jared, you're on the air in Manchester, New Hampshire.
That was funny, though.
Howard, I think we're getting away from the issue here. She was dropping that news on the Bubba show. What is going on with that?
Look, I love Bubba. Obviously, Bubba works on my channels, and it's all one big happy family. But it would have been the right thing to do.
I agree.
To do it here.
Well, what's next?
Well, I knew there would be there wouldn't be this kind of discussion on the Bubba show.
You know what sucks? This guy had a joke that he worked on for 30 minutes, and you stepped all over it.
I just stepped on it. What was it,
What was the line?
I said, what's next? She's going to say she's a lesbian on the Pharrell show?
That's even funny the second time around. Good for you. Out of respect for the joke, I had to let you do it again.
Who's going to hit 300 first? You or Tom Glavine?
That's a great joke. I gotta say, good sports reference. But fuck off and die. I got a feeling
Gary would like that one.
I got a feeling I might hit 755 before Bonds.
Jim, what is it?
Howard, hey now. First of all, Robin, you and George Lucas have anything going?
No.
Are you dating George
She
Lucas?
was defending him vividly.
Vividly?
Vividly.
He's like Bubba now.
Vehemently. I'm sorry. Vehemently.
Uh-oh, the calls are coming in.
What?
Everyone wants to date Robin. Hi, sir.
Hello, Howard.
All right.
I found out about you, Bob. I heard you're single.
Yes, Gary, I am.
Can I come and date you, baby?
Hey, you remember when you and Robin had phone sex?
Yeah.
You guys were a pretty hot couple.
Yep.
See, I needed you then, Eric. Gary.
Whatever.
You needed me then.
You want to go out with her, huh?
Yeah, we go out with her. Get me back there.
Yeah, we got to get him in here for your date.
Yes.
Have you ever dated a retarded man?
No, I have not.
You have not?
No.
Are retarded guys good in bed, Gary?
Huh?
Are you retarded guys good in bed?
Yep, they're good in bed.
Do they come into their underpants or do they? No.
When you pleasure yourself, how do you do it?
I don't do like Jeff the Rabbit's name is.
What do you do?
I rub my knee into the pillow.
I do not.
Do you mind going out to restaurants?
Will you go to the theater with
Will you
me?
go to the theater with Robin?
No.
Will you give up? Will you give up a Met game here? And
What is
there?
it? You won't go to
I
the.
like the Mets.
You won't go to the theater with Robin?
Yeah, I'm going to the theater.
Oh, you will. All right. So you're not going to sit in the house.
No.
No, you're going to go out and do things with her.
Do things with her.
Will you take me dancing?
Yeah.
Because Mr. X, she says, while he was a great guy, he wasn't taking her to enough things.
Yeah, I heard about it. Someone called me, but I can't say who it was.
How would you? I got to play it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going into these commercials. I'm going to play you and Gary having phone
our
sex.
great moment. Wow, Gary, you're all excited.
Gary, will you take Robin out and eat your own shit at the table?
No.
Hey, retard!
Hey, old man, I got your movie. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's big with the retarded community, actually.
I got your movie, so thank you for sending it to me.
No, you're welcome, Gary.
Especially that baseball things. That was funny as hell.
Where is?
What was the movie about? Tell us.
Something about baseball.
I sent them Field of Dreams.
Where's Robin and Gary having phone sex, Gary? Fafa.
What?
Fafa.
Papa.
Fafa Fooey.
Hold on, we're getting it. Hold on.
Yes. Fafa. Fafa.
Papa.
Baba Fafa.
Gary,
Papa
you fucking shut up. Gary, preview page 1.
Hey, he's my boyfriend. Don't yell at him.
Yeah, right.
Don't be hard at my gooping, you weirdo.
What? What is wrong with you?
Hello.
Gary,
Yes.
it's Richard.
Hey, Richard, what's up?
Guess where I'm at?
Where you at?
I'm at Robin's house.
What are you doing over there?
She's having a barbecue.
A barbecue.
Yeah. She actually wanted to talk to you. Do you want to talk to her real quick?
Let me talk to her.
Okay, here's Robin, Gary.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Robin.
Hey there.
Hey, what's up?
This is Robin Quivers.
I know it's Robin Quivers.
How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, I guess. So what you been up to?
I hope you don't mind, but I've been telling everyone you're my sister.
What? Your sister?
Yes.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
No?
I just want you to know that I love you.
Love you too. What you
Yeah, right there.
Gary.
What?
I'm on the other line. You're not going to believe this. Robin just pulled her pants down, and she's playing with herself.
Yeah, I know, I heard.
Do you think we might be going a little too far?
Hey, we can go far as we want.
How romantic.
Are you having fun, baby?
Yes.
Oh. Baby. Love these kitties.
Ooh.
Look at the tits. Look at the big boobies.
Oh, yeah, right
Look at the
there.
big boobies, baby. Squeeze the milk out. Taste the milk.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Do it. Squeeze the milk out. Play with your vagina. Play with your vagina.
Yeah, right
Play with
there.
it. Play with that vagina, baby. Play with it. Hey, Robin, I want you.
I want to see you twice a week. Let me warn you, I'm very good at what I do, and I'm very expensive. My fee is $70 a session.
Okay, I want you.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
No problem. It's time for me to go.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
So, take care of yourself, Robin.
Bye.
Bye. Try to keep in touch with me.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you, sweetheart.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
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 I think he might be better on phone sex than I am.
He's great.
Great, Eddie. He takes right over.
You're quite a lover boy.
Yeah, you hung up on me, Howard.
Of course I hung up on you. I'm done with you.
I didn't know.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, get me back out there again.
Gary?
Bye.
Gary.
What?
This is Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I just want to tell you, when you had that phone sex with me,
Right?
I loved it.
Did what?
I love you.
Love you too.
What are you naked?
I can't wait. I can't wait to come back to see Robin in New York.
I want you to lick me. When you come to New York, will you lick me?
No, I lick Robin.
No, me, Robin.
Yeah.
Lick me. All right.
Hey, Gar.
That's getting weird. I hung up on him.
Gar? Oh.
Sorry.
I wanted to keep tormenting him.
All right.
Yes,
Could I ask you briefly about today's events?
Today's events? What would those be?
Well, your big announcement that you're
It wasn't
now...
an announcement.
Oh, your acknowledgement to Howard.
Just talking to some friends, and you happen to overhear.
Why did you hold out for so long to tell Howard?
Because I felt it was, a rather private thing. It wasn't like a big cataclysmic breakup. We didn't have an on-again, off-again thing like, Artie was going through. Because I think that's what went on with Artie. They'd break up. They were having lots of fights. There was a lot of stuff going on to report on. Ours was just dying very quietly. And, for a while, you're not even sure. You're not sure what you're going to do, but you're not sure that you're going to break up. You're just sort of going through it. It wasn't really explosive at all.
So because it's so gradual, you just kind of pick the right moment to sort of bring it up. It's not like hey, we had a big fight last night and it's all over.
Right, no, there was nothing like that.
Now, what about some of your solicitations from some of the single members of the, fans of the show?
Well,
Gary
I'm definitely going to call Gary the retard. Definitely, he'll be getting a call from me. I think he should have the first shot.
What does it take to woo Robin Quivers?
Lots of money.
Doesn't this look good?
Is this the next couple?
I think there's something brewing here. All right, Robin. Well, was it tough though talking about that on the air, because that's sort of like the...
Well, again, it was like, geez, I haven't even said we've had problems. There was no build-up. So it became like, sometimes situations would come up on the air where people were talking about, and I was like, I can't even join these conversations because I really haven't said anything, and it became like, God, I feel like I'm lying to everybody. And so I finally said, you know what, I got to stop this. I need my life back in order. I need to be able to tell the truth. So I said, it's time for me to just reveal that.
So now it's a weight has been lifted off a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, good luck with Gary and the possibility.
Are you free? No.
Yes, I definitely am. I most certainly am.
Let's go make out in the back room now.
Boy.
Hands off my...
Angie's wanted me for a long time.
Hands off my lady.
Let's go. Let's go make out.
I tell you, the whole Bubba crew was fighting over me last night.
Really?
Now this crew.
You're a hot commodity all of a sudden. Look at you.
I got a lot of email about Alec Baldwin and playing the tape and everything, and I told you I was kind of... I was kind of mixed on whether to play it.
You were on the fence.
I really was, and a lot of people disagreed with me that Alec Baldwin is wrong in this, but I said they're both wrong, and the kid is the victim, and I like Alec a lot, but I gotta, listen, when I hear a tape like that...
Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? And I want to leave a message for you right now, because again, it's 10:30 here in New York on a Wednesday, and once again, I've made an ass of myself trying to get to a phone to call you at a specific time. When the time comes for me to make the phone call, I stop whatever I'm doing, and I go and I make that phone call at 11 o'clock in the morning in New York, and if you don't pick up the phone at 10 o'clock at night, and you don't even have that goddamn phone turned on, I want you to know something, okay? I'm tired of playing this game with you. I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time. You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old, or that you're a child, or that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the ass who doesn't care about what you do as far as I'm concerned. You have humiliated me for the last time with this phone. And when I come out there next week, I'm going to fly out there for the day just to straighten you out on this issue. I'm going to let you know just how disappointed in you I am and how angry I am with you that you've done this to me again. You've made me feel like shit, and you've made me feel like a fool over and over and over again. And this crap you pull on me with this goddamn phone situation that you would never dream of doing to your mother, and you do it to me constantly and over again. I am going to get on a plane, and I'm going to come out there for the day, and I'm going to straighten your ass out when I see you. Do you understand me? I'm going to really make sure you get it. Then I'm going to get on a plane, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to come home. So you better be ready Friday, the 20th, to meet with me. So I'm going to let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
To replay this message.
I say, Brian, you're on the air, and I don't hear anything.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
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 Hey, I'm glad you picked up because I can do this total Alec Baldwin thing.
By memory?
Yeah, by memory. I memorized the whole thing.
Hey, Artie, if I gave you the entire Alec Baldwin... Artie's got this incredible memory. That's what makes him like such a good actor, too, because he can just memorize lines. If I gave you the whole Alec Baldwin speech, how long would it take for you to...
I don't know. I have no idea.
You could probably do it in a minute, right?
I don't know if that fast I could probably memorize it. Sure. I don't know.
I'm better than Artie.
Can you take like a commercial break and know it?
Possibly.
I'm like Artie does with The Godfather. I can do it, but I mean, I'm pitch perfect. I sound exactly like it.
Here's Alec Baldwin.
Well, you could also do a good impression of it too. You're saying?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's hear it. Go ahead.
Spot on. Okay. Dry oatmeal. Hold on. Okay.
You got that memorized.
Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? And I want to leave a message.
Wow, you're good. Get off my phone.
Hey, I think I got some of this down if you want to try me.
Go ahead.
All right, I got to.
You want to do it with a megaphone or?
It's up.
Like through a phone?
Well, I'm not, it's
Give
funny.
That effect?
Let me explain my process when I work. I try to memorize it first and then get like a character voice down and try to like say it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Artie Lange doing his interpretation of the Alec Baldwin phone call.
So there are several steps to the process.
Yeah, and let me remind you that he is not using a sheet of paper in front of him.
This is
It takes several steps to get dirty work in The Bachelor.
I see.
All right.
The amazing part is that he memorizes within minutes. Go ahead.
I want you to know something, okay? And I want to leave this message for you right now. Because, again, it's 10:30 in the morning here in New York on a Wednesday. And once again, I have made an ass out of myself trying to get to a phone to call you at a specific time. When the time comes to make that phone call, I stop whatever I'm doing to make the call, and at 11 o'clock in the morning here in New York, you're not there to pick up the phone. At 10 o'clock in the evening, and I call, and you don't even have the goddamn phone turned on. I want to tell you something, okay? I am done playing this game with you. All right? I'm leaving this message to tell you that you have insulted me for the last time. You've insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being, and I don't care if you're 12 years old or 11 or a child or whatever, and I don't care that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the ass and clearly doesn't care what you do as far as I'm concerned. I'm telling you, you have humiliated me for the last time. And next week, I am going to fly out there and I'm going to straighten you out on this issue. I am going to fly out there and I am going to tell you just how disappointed in you I am. I'm going to tell you how angry I am with you for doing this to me once again. You have made a fool out of me, and you have pulled this stuff over and over me, stuff you would never dream of pulling with your mother. You do with me constantly, okay? And I'm going to fly out there next week, and I am going to straighten your ass out. And I'm going to make sure that you really get it. I'm going to make sure that you know what a rude, thoughtless little pig you really are. Do you understand? You're a rude, thoughtless pig. So be ready on Friday the 20th, because I'm coming out there. I'm going to tell you this, then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to fly right back home. You are a rude, thoughtless pig.
All right, I got to say something.
Oh, that was great.
Now, first of all, there's nothing like watching you work with a picture of Elliot Offen over your head.
That was pretty much. I surprised myself there.
Let me tell you something. That was incredibly good. I'd pay to see that on Broadway.
You know, I'm looking at that and I'm saying that's every bit the kind of rant you would just die to see in a movie.
Now, here's why you're a genius.
Right
you see,
here's why you're a genius.
What?
You're a genius. I'm telling you. The fact, forget the memorization there.
Right.
Now, you did it in your own voice, but yet you became Alec Baldwin. What process did you go through to get to that?
I would just... Gary points this out a lot, and it's very perceptive of him. Like Fred is a brilliant guy at doing impersonations.
A mimic.
I am not... I'm not good at impressions. I'm good at mimicking. Like, I'm good at getting a cadence down or picking out one little thing that might be funny about someone and just doing it repeatedly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just try to, even at Mad TV, like, I would get away with it because the impression, if it wasn't dead on, it would at least be funny.
Now, explain something to me. How many times did you read that over in order to memorize it?
I glanced at it about 3 or 4 times during.
Do you read it all the way through?
The first thing I do is read the whole thing all the way through. The other thing I do is I take it by paragraph and I write down with a pen the first line of each paragraph because that's like a bullet point,
right.
You know. And it kicks off. As long the hardest part, believe it or not, is remembering the first line of a paragraph or a monologue, because after I get that the last word in that sentence to me can kick off the whole rest of the thing. And you know, it's
Jesus.
Like, again, that
you know
what I just did. The reason I get a lot of acting work in Hollywood is not producers care less about acting talent and more if you can do what I just did. Because you don't waste any time. And I'm like, look, I may not be Brando, but I guarantee you will never be late on the day. I'll get my take in 2 takes. You can get to the stars close up, and we're out of here. You know.
You know what? I'm also thinking that should become somebody's set piece. You know, like when they go to auditions and they just want them to do something.
From 𝗛𝗏𝗄𝗏 Theater. 𝗛𝗏𝗄𝗏 Theater used to be a horror movie presentation on weekends here in New York. I know that. I think they had it around the rest of the country, too. So they had a horror convention. A lot of different celebrities were there. I haven't heard all of these. I heard 1 or 2, but they're kind of interesting. Richard and JD first get a hold of Billy West. For those of you who are fans of Billy, who used to work on our show, Billy explains why he left the show, and he explains who he hates on the show. Billy, very, very candid in this.
So what happened with you and Howard? Why did you leave the show?
Because I asked for a raise and nobody would return my calls.
Who did you ask?
Well, my solicitor was talking to the station, and they didn't want to know from it, so I just got up and left. You know, I'm not a victim. You know, I'm 55 years old. I had to go make a fucking living.
Do you miss it?
I did my bit for radio, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, there's so much to do in the world. Yeah. So, you know, like I said, I'm too old anyway.
Do you listen to the show still?
I can't because I don't have a Sirius radio.
But after you left, were you, like, did you not want to listen to the show after you left, or did you still listen?
I never listened to radio. You know, I only listened to, like, Air America. I mean, when I was in radio, I didn't listen to radio. I never heard any of the shows I was in. I just, you know, I began to work like crazy, and I had no time.
Now, was there anybody at the Stern Show that you disliked?
No, I'm full of love. I'm too mellow now. I said that I said some stuff about everybody on the show, which I did love everybody, but I didn't love Ralph so much.
I think a lot of people agree with you.
Well, I said something on my little commentary, and I said, yeah, this will make it on. Like, fuck it will, you know. And so that was the end of that.
So you and Ralph, like, what happened with you and Ralph that you didn't like him so much?
Well, there's stuff I never understood. Like, he got really aggressive with me one day. And
No, I just want to make sure we're talking about Ralph Sorella, right?
Well, is there another one?
No. I don't know, Ralph Mouth, or... I want to make sure we're talking about the right Ralph.
Yeah. Let me think. Oh, yeah, it was like a million years ago, turned left, and he started some crap with me out of the blue one day. And, you know, I had nothing to do with him. I didn't give a fuck what he did or what happened to him or anything. I was just minding my own business. And I had a hair transplant done, and I wore this Yankees baseball cap, and he comes galloping in out of fucking nowhere one day into Gary's office, grabs my head and starts squeezing it like that, and I got up and I was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'll knock you through that fucking wall. And he goes, yeah, you would too. You're a psycho. You're a fucking psycho. And I said, I was this close to punching him in the head with the business end of a fucking pen. You know, like that. And then he just galloped off. You know, he said, well, your head shouldn't have been in the way. I never forgot that. I never had anybody do that to me in my life. Like, just come out of nowhere. You know, I never understood it. I never will understand it, and I don't care to understand it.
So you would never talk to him to try, like, to have him apologize to you, or?
Why would I go out of my way to do that?
Well, there it is. It's a very telling story, isn't it?
There's a couple of obvious questions there, though. I mean, obviously, did you know that he asked for a raise, Howard?
No, I didn't know he asked. What happened was, he said he only worked for us. He really didn't work for us.
Right.
He worked for the radio station. He was part of the production team, and
to do voices.
And 𝗏 was in and said to me, the way I found out about him, he says, listen to this tape of this guy, tell me what you think. I go, I think he's terrific. He does all these voices.
Right.
I said, if you're hiring him, I would love for him to appear on my show, too. Can you ask him if he would? So I guess part of his overall deal that he made with the station to do, he was supposed to do production. He did all commercials, and he'd do funny voices on the commercials.
Right.
So I would have him sit in. So he came to me and he said, I'd like to be a permanent member of your show. I go, I'm thrilled. That sounds great. I'm all for it. I'm going to say something to Tom. He goes, well, I'm negotiating with him now. I said, okay. Tom said he was handling it. Next thing I knew, Billy left.
Billy was gone, yeah.
And I was like, well, what happened to Billy? Well, they couldn't come to a conclusion on a deal. And I went, oh, my God, Billy's so great. I mean, that's exactly how it went down.
Man, that's horrible.
And all I ever did say to this station was, I think Billy's a real talent. I think we should keep him in the company. Billy didn't want to do this commercial work anymore and the production work. He just wanted to be on our show. And, I mean, who wouldn't want Billy?
Plus, he was becoming famous.
I
remember listening to him and then going, my God, that guy's the funniest guy ever.
Yep. So that's how that went down. But I don't know, somehow, like, even in that explanation, it seemed like Billy was mad at me that I wouldn't pay him. And it's like, I would have paid Billy. I mean,
there was definitely a passive-aggressive tone to that.
Yeah, I know. But I feel bad because I love Billy. And I don't know. I always think Billy's angry with me somehow because he never comes on the show and like hangs out. And
no, he said he would come on anytime.
Oh, really?
Really? We've asked him a number of times, but he hasn't ever shown up.
Yeah,
because I love Billy.
Yeah, he loves everybody.
And I was sad when he left. I was like, oh, fuck, we lost this great guy.
Billy.
No, we interviewed him for a while. I mean, I just pulled the best part, but he had real nice things to say about everybody, and he's not bitter at all.
Oh, good, okay.
Was there anything that bothered you about, like, say, Gary?
No, I thought Gary was a sweet guy, and I also thought he was real smart and loyal. I always admired loyalty more than anything in this world.
What about Fred? Did Fred creep you out at all? Or?
No, I thought Fred was amazing. I really looked up to him and saw how he did things on the show, and we got along fine whenever we got together, like on a bus trip or whatever we went to do. I used to talk to him, and we talked about like old TV shows and stuff, and he's a musician, you know, and he's a great musician, and I'm a musician, so we had a lot in common.
What about Jackie?
Jackie, I liked him very much. People just think he was like this baggy pants drunk with a seltzer bottle, you know, with a beep nose and the big fucking shoes, you know, drunk. But he was not just a compendium of every joke that ever existed. He like when you're with him personally, he says the funniest. I mean, he has the kind of brain Robin Williams wishes he had.
I don't know. I just feel so bad that
I liked him so much. I don't even mind admitting to you that when Jackie left, I remember discussing it with writers at the Norm Show that we all heard the rumor was he was going to take this job. Jackie, right. we were like, my God, this is going to be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, Billy,
he went out to the West Coast. We lost him.
That's it. That's how it worked. Let's see. Richard and J.D. interview Eric Roberts, the famous brother of Julia Roberts. I understand when you first approached him, he didn't know you were from our show, and he bawled you out.
Well, he went up to our cameraman, Adam, and said he was going to kick his motherfucking ass or something like that. He just jumped out of his chair and ran up to our camera.
He's nuts.
When he saw a camera, he got freaked out. But then he found out it was for you, and he loves you, so he was happy to be
here. He is, the very famous Eric Roberts.
So, Mr. Roberts, what are you up to today?
Signing autographs, saying hi to people I don't know. What are you doing, Dracula?
Interviewing you. What?
Why are you out in the daytime, pal?
I'm indoors.
Ah, that helps, huh? Gotcha. Okay.
What do you think of the whole?
Well, we have skylights, though.
I know. I'm sweating it. What do you think of the whole 𝗦𝗵cie situation?
I think it's unfortunate. I think. I'm not an 𝗦𝗵cie fan. I'm a Howard fan, but I feel bad for him because he's always been paid to be outrageous, and he's being outrageous, and he had to say nappy-headed hoe, and he's hung out to dry for it. I think it's an overreaction, but I also think it was uncool for anybody to say that. But he's known for that kind of stuff, so why come down on him so hard? I think that maybe Howard should help him, because Howard's the only one who probably can, I think. But I feel bad for him. I don't know why, but I do. But also, that girls' basketball team did not deserve to be called nappy-headed hoes, but that's another story.
Have you ever used the N-word?
Never. Except never.
Do you shave your private parts?
Only when my baby asked me to, and she says, "Eric, let's have a little bald action." I say, "Okay, let's do it."
Did you vote for Sanjaya?
Of course I voted for Sanjaya. I'm a Howard Stern fan.
You do whatever Howard says?
Pretty much. About half-assed, yeah.
Do you mind if we ask about your sister?
Whatever you want to ask.
Are you guys friendly now?
Well, here's the problem. She asked me, "What do you think of my husband?" I said, "You don't want to know." She says, "Oh, no, tell me. I said, "Okay. He's married to a woman. They're making a baby." Then the movie star makes eyes at him, and he divorces his wife, and he goes after the movie star. I don't think much of him. Get out of my house and never come back. That didn't really happen, though.
Are you circumcised?
Indeed.
Are you as sexually active now as you've ever been?
Ask me again, because I was sweating. I'm trying to wipe it off.
Are you as sexually active now as you've ever been?
Now I'm more, because I got a wife who's just hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter.
Who's the biggest a-hole in Hollywood?
That's a hard question. There's a lot of room for that. I don't think I'm the one to pass that on, though. Next question.
How heavy is the fattest chick you ever banged?
$165 back in 1983.
That's not too bad. Was she short or tall?
She was as big as I was, with a breast the size of a 5-pound coffee cans.
Do you listen to Howard on Sirius Satellite Radio?
Every single day that I'm in my car, because I have Sirius in my car, but I'm only in my car about 3 days a week, though, when he's on. I mean, he's on all day, but with the fresh shows, you know? Yeah.
Who's your favorite porno star?
Oh, it's that girl who got all the pornos back, who was a minor. What's her name? Tracy Lords. Tracy Lords was it for me. Is it for me?
Even when she was...
In fact, she's a friend of my wife's, too. What?
Even when she was underage?
I don't go for underage, but she was talented. She was talented.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're good. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. It was great talking to you.
Robin, I miss you. I love you. I think about you. I fantasize about you. And I can't wait to see you.
What would you do to Robin's titties?
To her what?
Her titties.
That is so adolescent of you to call breast titties. Robin, I'd never do that to you.
What would you do to her breasts?
Make them happy. Make them stand up and applaud.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Salute, Howard.
I was quite shocked with Eric's story about what he said to Julia Roberts.
But he said it didn't happen.
It sounds like it did.
It's hard to tell. I don't know. He
said it never happened. I don't think Julia talks to him, so I don't think it actually
Well,
does.
obviously he doesn't think much of her husband.
Right,
Based on what he's read.
Right, exactly. I mean, you get at least that out of it,
Yes.
right?
But let me ask you this. If Julia was talking to him, do you think he'd tell her that?
I don't know. Maybe. He's a pretty outspoken guy.
He is. I just wonder. Maybe you try to keep the peace. You know, he doesn't have to live with the guy.
There was a guy, 3 movies in his young career. He was like a young De Niro. You had The Pope of Greenwich Village,
that train,
Runaway Train, and Star 80. People thought he was like the next fucking thing.
Richard and J.D., I'm going to skip Mason Reese.
Well, he's on Heroes now. He's making a comeback.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's good. He's a good actor. Richard and J.D. interview a convention goer.
This guy's pretty funny.
What's up? It's JD. We are here with a fan of the Chiller Theater Convention. What's your name?
Stuart.
Stuart. And what exactly did you come to see in specifics?
Well, let's see. I came here for the experience, the convention experience. And I also came here to see some of the celebrities, like specifically Robert Beltran, Billy West, and Wally Wingert.
Yeah. And how many of these conventions have you been to before?
Oh, I've pretty much lost count.
How old are you?
40. I'll be 45 in October.
And when was the last time you got laid?
Ha ha ha.
Have you ever met a girl at one of these conventions or anything?
As I said, I mainly go for the experience and interaction with the celebrities.
Richard, do you have anything to ask him?
Hopefully it's something intelligent. I have my doubts.
You have gout?
No, I said I'm starting to have my doubts that what I'm going to be asked is intelligent.
What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, that depends. Well, that varies. Like, for instance, when it comes to comedies, it has to be The Simpsons.
What about sci-fi?
Science fiction, the stuff that's currently on the air, it would have to be the Stargate franchise.
How often do you masturbate?
Ha ha. Well, I thought you were going to be asking intelligent questions, but I was mistaken.
Do you live with your mom?
Well, that doesn't really have much bearing on the convention scene, does it?
When did you lose your virginity?
Well, let's just say if you lose something, you can always find it in the last place you look.
Do you shave your private parts?
As I said, well, it looks like we're really getting a load of intelligent questions today.
All right.
How do you split the atom?
Well, JD excited to meet someone on his level.
On his level. How big of a nerd do you have to be goofed on by JD for being a nerd?
Well, that guy, I'll tell you what, that guy might not be a nerd. He didn't take your shit.
Well, plus we were in costumes. I was a vampire and JD was a muscle man.
Oh, really?
So we looked pretty dorky, yeah.
Here's Richard and JD interviewing. Now, I'm spacing out on this guy.
Who?
From Star Trek. Robert Beltran?
He was 𝗪𝗪𝗪.
𝗪𝗪𝗪, come here.
Voyager,
him.
Commander, yeah.
I know who you mean. Like the good-looking guy.
Yeah, he was, with 7 of 9 toward the end.
And he had that Indian thing painted on his face.
He's also one of the better Mets right now.
Not the same Beltran.
So I'm here with Robert Beltran from Star Trek Voyager. How you doing, sir?
Great. I'm doing great.
So what are you doing here?
Hell if I know. I lost consciousness a couple hours ago. I'm on autopilot.
So were you a big Star Trek fan? Or?
No, I absolutely hated it. Seriously, I never liked it. And I still don't.
Do you shave your private parts?
Why must you ask that?
Do you like a girl to shave her private parts?
Let's just say I like girls shaved and unshaved, okay? Doesn't matter.
Have you ever had a gay experience?
I think you guys need to get laid. I really do. I haven't had these questions since I was in junior high school.
I'm just curious. Oh yeah, the people that come here, do you kind of laugh at them or?
No, I don't laugh at them. What's to laugh at?
Well, look at us.
I mean, I'm taking you seriously, so why laugh at them?
I got one. Have you ever gotten laid at one of these conventions?
Man, why don't we go to the next question?
Are you circumcised?
Man. You know what? I really am offended by these kind of questions. I mean, not really offended, but I just don't want to answer them because they're ridiculous.
I'm circumcised, by the way.
Good for you. Good for you.
Wow, that was a good interview.
That was the funniest interview ever.
Refresh my memory on this one. Who is Sybil Danning?
She was in Conan, one of the Conan movies. Yeah.
I think the second one. I think
Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, she was blonde, big boobs. She was hot back in the day, and me and JD were both like smitten with her back in the day.
Is she hot now?
You know what? For an older lady, she looked okay, but
JD's giving the nod. No, what's
okay? I mean, yeah, she looks old in the face.
She's not JD's
She still had her boobs out. So.
Wait, I couldn't hear what you said. What?
She looked old in the face, but her boobs were still out, so they looked all right. You know, from what I could tell.
You wouldn't do her, huh?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know.
He would do her boobs.
Her boobs were still out?
Yeah, she had like cleavage going on.
I don't know who she is, but here's Sybil Danning.
I must confess, I've been a big fan of yours for a while now. You sort of got me through a few lonely nights back in my teenage years.
Me too.
With the Howling 2. And and actually, you still look magnificent. Everything seems to be, looking great. And I was wondering if you get, a lot of that, people coming up to you telling you how much they got pleasure from seeing you in Howling 2.
Oh, yeah. And in particular, they remind me of that scene, and they keep asking me if I have that rip-away dress. And actually, I do have it. I have all my costumes from the Howling 2, including the great leather outfit that Peter Mitchell did. Peter Mitchell did also all those great costumes. Remember the Mad Max movies?
Yes.
He's an Aussie from down under, and he did those great costumes. But he also did that great one that's in the suede that I ripped away when I became the werewolf, and that's what everybody remembers, of course.
Now, do you get like a little creeped out when guys just come up and tell you they've pleasured themselves to you in that movie? Or any movie whatsoever?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I did a movie called Bluebeard, where I played a prostitute, and I have some guys coming up to me and said, I loved you in Bluebeard, and I said, you must have been in diapers when you saw that, because that was some time ago. So I have young and I have older fans, and I'm happy. I mean, what woman is not happy that she makes a man happy?
Now, do you have guys like offering you to possibly spend a night with you?
No, actually, I must say my fans are very discreet, and I think probably the ones that would like to ask me that are so nervous and so shy that they just shake, and I can imagine what they'd like to say, but they don't say it. No, my fans are really very, very, very polite, I must say. They are.
I guess you wouldn't take them up on that offer, would you?
I'm not Superwoman, and I could not. You have to be fair with everyone, you have to be kind to everybody, or you have to turn down everybody. But no, my fans are really great.
Do you find me attractive at all?
Yeah, I think you're very attractive. He's cute too.
Thank you.
I mean, every guy's got something cute and attractive. Absolutely.
I have to say, I had a Starlog magazine with you in it when I was a young boy. And you had a very revealing that showed much of your chest, and that was my favorite magazine from age 10 till about 15.
Okay. Do you know what movie that was from?
From V.
Oh, from V.
The TV show.
Oh, well, I had that. That was like that striped bathing suit that I had on. That was a huge promotion we did for NBC. Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah, that was quite revealing.
Does penis size matter to you when you're with the guy?
Oh, that question came from you, okay? I don't want to answer that, okay? No. I don't want to get that personal here.
Have you ever used the N-word?
No.
Are you a fan of Howard Stern?
I do like Howard, and I think, again, freedom of speech. He should say whatever he wants to say, and everyone in America should be able to voice their opinion. Otherwise, we might as well go to the Middle East.
Do you have any special messages for Howard?
Keep up the good work, Howard. You're very successful, so obviously you're doing the right thing.
Thank you, Sybil. Thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
Wow.
What was that? She didn't want to. What was the
Penis
question?
size.
Penis size. Okay.
We basically just told her that we whacked off to her and asked her about penis size.
Oh, Zackerly. Now, probably 3 people know who Zackerly
You
is.
loved Zackerly.
I love Zackerly, too.
You know Zackerly?
Yeah.
But you were in Kansas.
No, he used to do intros for horror movies on videotapes.
Oh.
And I used to rent videotapes, and he'd be on them.
Zackerly's this cat who was a disc jockey. Then he got this really cool show on TV when I was a kid. He used to introduce the horror movies. I think it was called
Chiller
Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zackerly was also a rock and roll DJ at WPLJ in New York. And he talked like this. But his TV show was funny. He used to keep his grandmother in a crib. And he'd come on, between the movie breaks, like in the commercials.
Right,
And he'd go,
yeah.
oh, Grandma, are you all right? Oh, she's biting my leg. She's, I mean, I don't know. He was just weird, He was in full Dracula makeup.
He was like the first person to be one of those horror-type hosts, right?
Yeah, he was way cool.
Did he have like the bad makeup because he did it himself?
He looks like he died. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
I just looked him up on online to see what his age is, because he's got to be an old guy, and he sounds great in this interview. He's going to be 89 this September.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a rock jock. He'd be like, hey, this is Zackerly, WPLJ. We're going to play a little Boston for you. Like that. It was just weird.
I remember about 10 years ago, you did it like an hour imitating Zackerly one morning, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, because it was just so funny, and not too many people know of Zackerly. All right, this is Richard, and we're here with the legendary Zackerly.
Yes, that's true. Yes. I feel very legendary, even when I wake up in the morning. How you been?
I'm good. How are you today?
Well, I'm a little weary today, but it's been great fun. Lots of people stopping by,
What are you doing here today?
Well, I'm just give a semi-talk in the other room there, and all these folks are all people who have watched the show back in the old days. This is celebrating it's a 50th birthday for Shock Theater.
Oh, congratulations.